Hello and welcome back to Shelf Centered. This is Bryce, and thank you so much for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel a ton, but mostly let me navel gaze a little bit with you here. This is my 2022 year in review as provided mostly by Goodreads, but a little bit also by my own channel update. In essence, this is really a vlog for me, a little journal entry, I guess you could say, in the list of videos that I have. But this is my chance to just look at the year that was, how it went, and kind of make some plans going forward. Always trying to make the channel a little bit better as much as I can. So first things first, I'm going to go into the books first, then we'll get into channel update. Let's get into the fun stuff. So my year in books, and I'll be showing just what Goodreads provides you. I really love that they do this. As much as I rag on Goodreads, especially at the end of a year, we're back to the beginning of a year where they haven't personally offended me by completely ignoring the last 2 months of the year in their Goodreads Choice Awards. But aside from that, I do like a lot of their data that they keep. A lot of I like the ability to have shelves and to put books on shelves, whether it's my TBR or what I've been reading in the given year. I like keeping track of all that, and not to mention the least of which, of course, the best part is just the interactions with other book nerds, other book friends that are reading often, and it's great reading the same things. You can have great discussions. I've had so many, and I've met great friends such as Patrick. Leo over there with his just wonderful channel. But we met first with Goodreads, and I've met a lot of my good friends through Goodreads that I consider friends, even though they're who knows if they actually exist. They may just be virtual, who knows? It's all a simulation, right? All right, so my books that I've read this year, 55 was my goal. 55 was what I reached. I almost got 56 in. I just barely didn't finish Gardens of the Moon on the last day of the year. It was into the new year. I don't even think it was the first. Too much going on those days. But at least by the second, I had it done. And but 55, I made it. I hit my goal. And what's cool about that is it tells you the pages read 19,860. That's just crazy to me. I mean, that's over, what is that, like 1,500 per month. That's huge, right? And it's not, it's easy in the booktube game to compare yourself to other people, but it's nothing to thumb your nose about. It's pretty good, and I'm going to be happy with that. I am proud of it. This is for me what I'm doing in 55. That's over a book a week throughout the year. That's pretty dang good. The shortest book I read was The Killing Joke, which I've been meaning to read more of these Batmans, like Year One, the Batman graphic novels. Year One is on my list. What is it? The Court of Owls, some other good ones. This one was good. It's just super short, as it was my shortest book of the year. It was very short, and just it kind of felt like, oh, now we're done and that's it. As much of a legendary book as that is, I mean, Alan Moore is a legend. Longest book, Words of Radiance. You may or may not have seen my top 10 list for the year. That may or may not have ended up on that list. I like that it posts here the average book length, because I do read a healthy amount of shorter books, and I love that this gives you, I just feel like, you know what, I read enough huge 1,000-pagers that I'm okay counting even a novella as a book that I've read during the year. It all makes itself up, and with 361 pages being the average, I feel pretty good about that. The most shelved, I thought that was funny. Good Omens for the win. Over 1.2 million, almost 1.3 million. That's crazy to me. And then the least shelved, Adventurous Alley, only 26. That's actually a local author. A local author, and these are really fun. We read it with the kids, and we had a blast. There's literally a talking piranha, and it's really fun. I can't wait to read more. There's a ton in that series already, like 4 or 5. So, which is a ton, I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. Average rating for 2022 is a 4.0, which I think is fair. I love the quote from Abed from Community. I just like liking things. Sure, there's enough of that, I'm sure. I do have a disappointing reads list, and I do a couple of those a year, because there's plenty, and this is a channel that's for the reader. It's not for the author, and that's frankly, I know, that's the goal of this channel and the audience that I plan to address with these with my videos. So 4.0 though, I look at, here's the deal: is my goal is to read as many good books as possible, right? So I'm actively searching for good books. I will take recommendations from other people, especially booktube and Goodreads, and so I'm actively looking for the better books. So of course my number is going to be inflated because I'm looking to read the best books. I'm not actively looking. There was a time that number was much lower when I would kind of read any kind of book that came in the door if somebody sent it to me, which I just don't have the ability or time to anymore. And I'd get, if other people are choosing my TBR, you better believe that number is going down. But if I am in charge, and that's what I've been trying to make sure that I continue to maintain accountability, I guess, for my own reading, and not just allow anyone to send me the book and then I feel obligated to read and all that. But I always tell everybody, look, I make no promises for reading. I will feature it at least in a book haul. I'm happy to do that, but I choose my own TBR and I don't let it be dictated by other people. As crazy as that might seem, as much as that seems like looking a gift horse in the mouth, I already have a huge amount of books in TBR. I don't need more technically, although there's that meme that's like, I need this book right now. And then also me doesn't read it for 2 years. So the highest rated book, 4.75. I didn't even realize that. Words of Radiance. It is beloved, apparently. You don't see them get that high very often. That's insane. And then my first review of the year was The Way of Kings. It's not really a review. It's an older review that I'd posted. So that's basically it. It's almost predominantly, I think I did one nonfiction book throughout the year, and it was on The Princess Bride by Carrie Elwes. And it was so magical. I highly recommend that book. It's one of my favorite, both books and movies. And it's like, given the day, if I've just read the book, I probably would say the book's better. If I've just seen the movie, I'll probably say the movie's better. They're just so, and again, that's to say they're both amazing and beloved for a reason. All right, for the navel gazing, here's the channel updates that I'm really proud of the channel at this point. I have definitely made a lot of mistakes, and lots of people have pointed it out. Thank you so much. It just feels so good to me. I really do appreciate, I get a lot of good feedback. And there's plenty of mean-spirited comments, but I like to just approach them with, you know what, I'll take the good out of it that I can. And a lot of times when I respond, and if people kind of realize, oh yeah, this is a person I'm talking to, and will kind of come back from their mean and not generally be so mean. So I've usually had that kind of experience on the channel. But anyway, here's the things, and again, I'm working on things. I'm working on getting a logo together, getting maybe some regular kind of branding or theme or whatever, but those things take a lot of time and commitment to that thing. I'm always astounded when people have a channel and they immediately have their music and whatnot. I am so all over the place. I like rock and heavy metal and rap, and really the only one I say I don't like is country music, but I've liked songs in it. So I like way too many things when it comes to music. I just don't know how people commit to something and that's just like their thing. More in a, I'm impressed with that, not in a, how do you do that? You're stupid. It's like, wow, I wish I could do that. And that's what I hope to do this year, is get a little better at just being more consistent, right? So before I get into that, let's get into the numbers. This channel reached 100,000 views, and it's barely been going, well, just over a year and a half, and we've reached 100,000 views. That just astounds me. In 2022, it reached 90.5 thousand views. So obviously, I just barely started the channel in 2021, about middle of the year, And then I got a big, huge boost to Patrick, and I still thank him to this day. And then, and then just some videos hit. Well, I'm trying to learn what, and it's so hard to find out what's going to actually hit and what won't. And I'll keep trying. But in that, the last sub count, which is always up and down, is at 1,585. And given the day, it could be up or down. But it was 1,000 subs approximately in 2022. So of course that makes sense. And even the channel was monetized as of November 2022. And you're probably going, what the heck? Why would you do that? It was so nice not having that. It was just one of those I've been playing with. My kind of theory on it, and this is more just kind of testing it, is that Amazon's going to promote the channel more the more that I've monetized it. And on top of it, they're going to monetize it regardless of what I do. They were throwing ads on videos before I even had monetization, and so it was just hey, they're doing this anyway. So I just figured, hey, let's see if this works. So I'm still kind of running this, seeing how it's going, and if it is working. I will say, it's hard because, I still remember the days of having, maybe 20 to 30 or 40, even 50 views per video. And being really happy, just like, holy cow, I can't believe, people are actually even watching my dumb face. And then to this time getting, my lowest viewed video is going to reach at least 100 views, which again, I know this is small beans for a lot of channels, but this is just it's so heartening to just see this crazy improvement where it's, easy 100 to 200 and 300, and then your occasional 13,000. Your occasional 7,000 in a day has happened to me, and it's just so crazy to me. And it's just such a fun time. It's fun to almost just like play with the algorithm to see what's going to hit. It's crazy to me. So I will say this. So the top video of all time, especially of 2022, but it's become of all time as well, is my Why You Should Not Read the Stormlight Archive or The Way of Kings. It's almost just under 14,000 views. So it just boggles my mind. It still continues to get consistently about 100 every other day. So it's crazy. 100 views every other day still since February, when it started off getting quite a few more, but just boggles my mind. My top short was released in September, and that is just shy of 8,000 views. And that was one I was in a hotel room, and I was just like, I wasn't even gonna film the stupid short, and then I threw and I didn't even have the book. I had literally a Kindle copy of, it was like Firefight by Brandon Sanderson, and I threw it in the drawer and then raced through the stupid hotel room and then and then called it the best hotel ever because it had Firefight in it. It was so stupid. But it got like immediately within like an hour or two, just thousands and thousands of views. And again, that's huge for my channel. It was crazy. So it's just fun to like watch it. I was just refreshing all day. And it was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And one of the interesting things is some of the videos that they'll start off really slow, and then all of a sudden they'll just start hitting more and more of an audience. And I'm starting to learn, what they call as like evergreen content that people can kind of just continue to consume. Whereas, your usual kind of your update videos, those aren't going to be evergreen. Those are more, or even if you just kind of have some time period associated with it, because even a midway through the year best of list or even a full year best of list still has seemingly a shelf life. People are only interested in it for so long. But anyway, the best growth that I've seen is my video where I compare the audiobooks apps, and it's just seen like crazy growth. It's crazy. When it just reached 1,000 views, I was like, wow. And then now it's like 4,000 views. So it just keeps growing and growing. It's crazy to just watch it. So, and then one of the things too that I just found interesting, I've got 19 videos currently that are over 1,000 views. 21 that are, if you want to really, maybe round up a little bit. If you want to give me the benefit of the doubt here, about 21 videos though that are over 1,000 or around 1,000 views. And again, It's just crazy to me, and it's just really made this whole process so much fun. It's such a blast to do, and just to, because mostly I'm just talking about things that I love to people that love the same thing, and it just makes everything so great, so much fun. So I cannot thank you enough for all just the great success of this channel. Just watching my goofy face do this, and then interacting on Twitter, on Instagram. Those are the main places. Sometimes on Discord, I actually go to my Discord. And I need to be better at that. But that's one of those, I do have goals. One, of being better on my Discord. Two, of just being more consistent, kind of filming videos ahead of time, which just feels great. But the problem is then editing them is my problem. And a lot of times I will just edit the day of or the day before. And the issues that I run into is if I have court or anything like that, I kind of have to throw everything out. Or if I get sick, like December was a nightmare. It's amazing I even continue to get some kind of consistent videos up then. But because of this, just the way I've been functioning, it does make it hard, and that sometimes a video just won't be able to get up because I've got to study and prepare cross-examination or something for the next day, and I have a hard time separating anything. Ask my wife. I'm really annoying about when a hearing, a big trial or hearing is up. I kind of get all consumed by it, and it's just because there's so many things that can happen, and you're trying to prepare for as much as you can, and you get close. I mean, especially now that I've done this for some time, you get close and you kind of know generally, but you still can always research a little more and do a little better. And so sadly, the channel has to suffer from my bad planning, and I try. So I'm working on that. I'm working on getting videos ready ahead of time. Now the news videos, you kind of can't. You got to do kind of last minute. I really like doing those. I'm going to, and I already mentioned this in a previous video, but just do better about a monthly update. Kind of, hey, here's where I'm at with books. I don't know if I can sustain a weekly update or if it even makes any sense. That's why I do the news videos. But I like the idea of I feel like there's just so much more connection that we can make, that I can make with people that are viewing my videos, just by doing, hey, here's where I'm at with a book, and I've kind of missed that in being a little too unfocused. So that I planned out actually a lot of videos for this year. I'll try to fit in just random silly shorts that I do. I don't know, like sometimes they hit, sometimes people seem to like them, and other times they just don't, and you just never know. It's hard to tell. But I will keep trying. I will keep trying to get better every day. I just cannot, again, I cannot tell you how thankful I am and how grateful I have been just to interact with I've just met great friends, and so such great people, and to meet great friends through doing this. And I cannot thank you enough. This video's gone on way longer than I ever thought it should have, than I ever planned. But I cannot say thank you enough. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll keep this going, okay? We're gonna do even better this year. We're gonna double the subscriber count, right, by the year end. We'll see. We'll see where we can get here. But thank you so much. Take care. Bye.